Embarrassing moment when we're sitting in class and our stomach rumbles super loud. Not long after that, do you feel fatigued? Like you can't concentrate? Even angry? Are you longing for a nap right now? Waking up in the morning can be hard. It's especially difficult for those non-morning people. So when we finally get out of bed in the morning, most people don't have time for breakfast. And when the dreaded freshman 15 becomes reality, it can get us thinking about cutting back. And usually the first thing we think about giving up is breakfast, but that's the biggest mistake people can make. Recent studies may give you the extra motivation needed to get out of bed a little bit earlier and not skip breakfast. Studies have shown that breakfast is associated with improved strength and endurance during late morning and overall a better attitude throughout the day. Skipping breakfast not only lowers your concentration, but it reduces your ability to think and perform. According to a study done at Tufts University, the standard score of math students was 13 points higher for those who ate breakfast than those who did not. The same study proved that eating breakfast improves attention span, memory, and concentration, as well as overall brain function. As you can see in the visual, students who participated in the breakfast program often had the highest math scores over kids who rarely and sometimes ate breakfast. Breakfast helps restore blood glucose levels, which are important because the brain does not have its own reserve of glucose, its main source of energy, and therefore it needs to constantly be replenished. A study done at the University of Chicago Medical Center proved that whether a balanced or unbalanced breakfast was eaten, as long as something was put into the body after 8 to 12 hours of fasting, the brain still benefited. Participants in the study who skipped breakfast consistently showed difficulty performing well on tasks requiring concentration. As you can see in the visual, the highest amount of people that never feel sluggish are those that ate breakfast, and the people that always feel sluggish are those who never eat breakfast. This bad feeling is caused by blood glucose levels not being restored. The myth that skipping breakfast will increase weight loss could not be further from the truth. When we eat food, our body experiences something called thermic effect, which means we burn calories by digesting and absorbing food. If you don't eat breakfast at 7 a.m. and wait until noon to eat, that's 5 hours of slower calorie burning time. Omitting breakfast increases hunger and will lead to snacking throughout the day to fill the void from the most important meal of the day. People that skip breakfast feel tired and irritable, but to fix this, they grab something sugary to boost their mood. Eating breakfast also gets the body's metabolism to speed up. According to the New York Times, eating without breakfast, we are fasting for 15 to 20 hours, so the body is not producing the enzymes needed to metabolize the fat and cause weight loss. Additionally, a study done at the University of Kentucky showed that there is a correlation between eating breakfast and higher GPAs because eating breakfast improves the ability to focus. As you can see in the visual, a study done by Blinn College showed that the greatest amount of students that got A's and B's are the same students that ate breakfast the morning of the test. The study also showed that eating breakfast reduced absences and tardiness. According to Prevention magazine, eating breakfast protects from disease as well. Prevention claims that men who don't eat breakfast have a 27% higher risk of getting a heart attack or coronary heart disease than men who don't. The reason for this is that the foods people snack on throughout the day in place of breakfast tend to be much more unhealthy. Studies also show that women who skip breakfast are 20% more likely to develop diabetes due to the excess sugar consumed to boost their mood. Scientists say that insulin levels were higher in women after missing breakfast, and they believe that the missing meal may lead to insulin resistance, the root cause of the type 2 diabetes. Similarly, the study showed that men had a 21% greater chance of developing diabetes. Researchers say this may be because breakfast helps stabilize blood sugar levels throughout the day. In comparison to all the positives to eating breakfast, 5 minutes of your time in the morning really seems like nothing. So what does it take to get the benefits associated with eating breakfast? Whether it's a gourmet omelet or a Pop-Tart, as long as it's something your body will benefit. A bowl of oatmeal or cereal, some fruit, bread, really anything to get your metabolism going is all it takes. So for the mornings, when you have a little extra time, you should go to the dining hall and get something with protein like eggs or meat or peanut butter. These will help you keep you full until lunchtime, and according to Wayne Campbell at Purdue University, it blunts your hunger the most. Adding a little bit of protein to your breakfast can give you a little bit more energy throughout the day and give you a bit more concentration to focus on your difficult tests. Once there is some food in your stomach, your mind, body, and GPA will all be happy. You may argue that the extra 5 minutes of sleep is just as important, but it's only 5 minutes, and getting some food into your body makes a much bigger difference. It's such an easy thing to do, and the benefits are innumerable. Imagine yourself sitting down with a nice bowl of cereal, preparing yourself for the crazy day ahead. We're busy people, and taking a few minutes to sit down and really get our metabolism going can really benefit us in more ways than one. But if you want to keep being sleepy, inattentive in class, and grumpy throughout the day, keep on in your breakfast-free lifestyle. And when you get bad test grades, you'll know why. You'll hate yourself for not eating breakfast that day, knowing that there was a possibility of doing better with a little extra focus. And when you're gaining weight because you keep snacking due to your lack of breakfast, no one will feel sorry for you. You'll be grumpy at random times throughout the day, and you'll just want to go to bed. By not eating breakfast, you're really only hurting yourself. So remember, all it takes is a granola bar and some fruit, a piece of bread with peanut butter, or a bowl of cereal. Not even 5 minutes of your time can lead to innumerable benefits. If you get your breakfast materials ready the night before you go to bed each night, you really have no excuse to not eat breakfast and start your day out right. And for the mornings where you don't have classes until later on, go to the dining hall and get a real breakfast. So set your alarm for 5 minutes earlier, don't hit the snooze button, and eat something. Such a simple thing can change your life in so many ways.